boy. Chimfuru bidongo Gulu jale. Laugh with the Owakabi, stand up and let's welcome Okello Okello.
To stand up, to stand up, to stand up.
Play again. Level. Play again. Who told you to play? The man is in holidays. I'm giving him homework, holiday work. How are we doing? We okay? Before COVID, there are things I despised. Not only me, but even you. There are professions, especially LDUs. You'd say LDUs didn't go to school, LDUs didn't study, LDUs are stupid. That was before COVID. Then COVID came, and the president handed over our lives to the LDUs. Now, before that, you feel you have the power. If you ever walked past curfew, that is when you realize that LDUs are very strong. It's 9:15 p.m., you're late. In front of you, the guys, they're slapping, toa, viato, whatever, pua. The moment they reach to you, before the slap reaches, is when you realize, actually, the LDU guy studied. I'm going to slap you, pua. I am sorry, sir. I'm sorry, professor. I'm sorry, doctor. It's not easy. Life was not easy before COVID. I'm one of the guys who was very arrogant because I was paying my rent to the landlord like 3 months up front. So you can say anything to the landlord. That is before COVID. COVID came like a joke. Before COVID, you have paid rent 4 months. You have the money. So you can make unnecessary demands to the landlord. Why are only 3 holes on the ventilator? Add them. Make them 6. I don't like the color of the wall. Change it to yellow. That is before COVID. You have money. COVID came. I'm an artist. Automatically, we lost our jobs. No money. And then the landlord is calling you, Okello, I want my money. Then you say, but sir, only 6 months. Only 6 months, I will pay. Be patient. 6 months. Nobody can be patient after 6 months unless the house is for your grandfather. So we enter into 8 months, you have not cleared rent. But you have to start being nice. Before COVID, when the children of the landlord are playing, even if they are playing in their house, you have authority. You call the landlord and say, tell your children to keep quiet, I am working from home. That is before COVID. COVID came. You hear people playing football. They hit the window, it breaks. Quack! Then you come out as a person who has authority. There is that first word of who. So you come out, who? But when you look out, it's the children of the landlord. Now you have to find all the possible ways of completing the who, but in a nice way. You come out, see the kids of the landlord like, who wants to play football from my bedroom? COVID came as a joke. We heard there is a Chinese who ate a bat somewhere. We cracked jokes. Why? Who can eat a bat? What? You're not serious. What? A week later, Guangzhou has gone into lockdown. Next week, South Africa, lockdown. The other week, Nairobi, lockdown. We were next. But our president was not speaking. Then the president said he's going to speak. That was the most watched television show that day. We sat, watched the president, and said, ladies and gentlemen, there is this virus that came. I don't like it. I know you also don't like it. But therefore, 14 days of lockdown. Guys, the first lockdown of 14 days, we had money you had saved. So people went. We were excited because you wanted to leave from work. We went and did shopping after they said 14 days. Unnecessary things. You go to the supermarket, I need an ambulance in my house. Give me an ambulance. Give me 2 gas cylinders. Hey. Even those who don't have kids, I need Pampers. Give me Pampers. That was the first 14. You had money. We thought it is ending with 14 days. 14 days ended. The president came back again. Ladies and gentlemen, we have realized that the borders are not obeying curfew. For that matter, therefore, up to now, therefore is the most traumatizing word I've ever heard in my life. Therefore, 21 more days. Now, 21 more days. You didn't have money, but you had some little money. Also, your shopping priorities changed. Still, guys went to the supermarkets to buy things, but this time they were very careful. It's like, how much is sugar? It's like 3,500. Hey, okay. How much is glucose? It's like it's 700. Give me glucose. Even food. We were careful. Those days we just go buy rice. But this time you go and say, which rice swells? When you cook. And it's like, we have kaiso, it swells, but there is another one. It's called Vietnam. When you cook it while kneeling, it swells more. Give me Vietnam. That is second phase. So we thought everything is done. We are excited. This time they are going to open the economy. And there's a way rumors would circulate on WhatsApp. And everybody tells you it's a reliable source. You don't know who is the reliable source. This time it is reliable source. They are going to open the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, we waited for that speech. After 21 days we were done. We waited. We sat and waited for that speech. The president came and said, ladies and gentlemen, dear Bazukuru, thank you so much for vaccinating. I love you so much. But I don't know the DJs. Therefore, therefore again, said therefore, 14 more days. Now, most of us at that phase, we had given up with life. There is no money to go and shop, but you have to shop. But this time, it is a decision whether you want to stay alive or to die. But you still want to go to the village shopkeeper and you say, how much is rat poison? It's like it's 3,500. And how much is a rope? It's like 500. Give me a rope. Because of lockdown, I tried to do everything. Everything in my life. Every job as an artist, every job that came, I found myself thinking I can do it, including acting. in movies. Guys, that was the worst job I had ever looked for. I have my friend, he calls and says, Okello, we need a handsome brown guy to act in a movie. I told him, wow, you've called the right guy. Meanwhile, the script was very simple. It was a ghetto scene. All I had to do, he said, okay, all you have to do is, this is the script. My young brother, or Tim, had lost his girlfriend, so we were supposed to search. But the script says, I turn behind, look at Otim, and tell him, Otim, we are going to get your girlfriend. I know a few policemen, they will help us. Then turn back, open the door, and we get in. Very simple. But the scene involved smoking weed. You take a puff, turn behind, talk to him, and open the door. Very nice. Unlike in Hollywood, where they have what we call prop. It's not real weed. In the cinema, it was real weed. If you've been to Kamocha, there is that weed that you just look at and you get. That was our prop. Bombo clatter youth too. So, they say, camera, light, sound, action. I take a first puff. Real weed from Kamocha. I turn behind, I was like, Otim, we are going to find your girlfriend. I know a few policemen who are going to help us. I turn behind, open the door, and they say, cut! Okello, that is wonderful. You're doing well. The problem with film, you shoot the same thing over and over again. Okello, you're doing well. Perfectly well, but I'd taken a very long puff of that weed. That by the time we were taking the second shot, the first shot was already dancing in my medulla oblongata. Take number 2, action. The words started changing. My voice changes. I look behind and I'm like, Otim. I know a few LDUs. Cut. Okello, don't change the script. It is very clear. Do it again. Guys, the weed from Kamocha, you can cry even when you don't want to cry. Take number 3, action. Take one long puff again. Every time it was a different stick. Otim. Hello, Tim. I want to open the house, but the house is shaking. So you hold the house? Me, I opened. They said, cut! Okay, you cannot manage film. But I love to be in Gulu. Life is hard. My aunt is in the audience, guys. For the first time. My aunt is the closest person I know with my aunt, my mom. Very tough. And an African mom would cane you as a precaution. Not because you've done anything wrong. My mom would give you a slap out of the blue. Pwah! As you're about to cry, you want to ask what you've done wrong. And say, Mommy, atimo warai. Like anguni luendi kerutino kan. So that was my mom. And one thing I know is she used to warn us of everything you do. She tried so hard to see that we study, but she would warn you. Everything wrong you do, she would remind you. Poor Okello, study hard and get your own things. One day she came back home. We were watching TV. The volume was high. Gave my brother a slap. Poor, study hard and get your own volume. Another time, we were there, hey, broke a plate. Poor, study hard and get your own plates. So one time, I was sleeping opposite the boys' quarters. Thieves break into the house. 2 a.m. in the middle of the night. I heard her screaming, Joshua! Joshua! Thieves are broken into our house. Now in my mind, at that moment, I'm like, this is the moment, it's now our house. Thieves are broken into our house, come and help me. I was like, everything in that house is yours. Let me study hard and get my own thieves. But poverty is a bad thing, guys. If you have money and you're proud, give yourself a round of applause. Poverty is a bad thing. The only good thing about poverty is that it makes you a very creative guy. Mumbera zona, you'll always be a very creative guy. We had this guy in school called Caesar. He was the brokest of all my friends. But Caesar was very creative that one time, Red Cross came to donate blood at school. And Caesar said, Okello, do you know you can get lunch, breakfast, and supper? I asked him, how? And he said, when you donate blood, they give you a bottle of soda and biscuit. There are 4 donation points. So they started donating blood. Caesar went to the first point, donated blood. They gave him a soda. They gave him a biscuit. He came and told us, breakfast is done. He rotated around, changed his shirt, went to the second donation point, donated blood. They gave him soda. They gave him biscuit. He came back, lunch is done. Now I was in the mood, even me, I was getting into the zone of going for at least just breakfast, just one. Caesar went, he rotated around, changed his hairstyle, went to the third point, donated blood. They gave him soda. They gave him biscuit. Came back and said, supper is sorted. When you're about to die, the devil keeps pushing you. So the devil pushed Caesar to that limit. And he told us, guys, do you know I can actually get takeaway? We said, okay. This time he folded his trouser one side to look different. He rotated, went to the first point, donated blood. They gave him soda, gave him biscuit. As he was walking back, Caesar fainted. Because now he didn't have blood. But he couldn't die because he had a little energy. When you ever faint, that is when you know every Ugandan is a doctor. People started coming with suggestions. Let us give him fresh air. That is, then the first lady came and said, I saw this boy at my donation point. Another one came and like, even me, I saw him at my point. The third nurse came and said, even me, I saw him. Then the fourth nurse came and said, he's going to die. But Caesar was a little conscious. He heard he's going to die. And he said, nobody's going to die. Just give me back my blood. Give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Like I've told you, poor people are creative. I have my little cousin I pay for, but he was the last in class. I cannot punish him because I understand he has been in the village for so long. Kids from the city center, when they're doing exams, Kampala, wherever, when they're doing exams, the things that the teacher is teaching, they understand because they have seen. If the teacher is talking about an aeroplane, they have seen an aeroplane. A train, they have seen. An elephant, they have gone to the zoo, they have seen an elephant. That is how it is. But in the village, it's different. So there are topics that can work in Kampala, but they can never work in the village. Like there is this mentor work our teacher used to have. It's like class mentor work. Tell me your answer, then you move out for break. If train A leaves Pretoria at 11:30 a.m. and train B leaves Johannesburg at 11:30, what time does train A meet train B in Natal? In Kampala, it's easy. Mentor work. Sir, the answer is going to be midday. Nice. Move out. And you, move out. They took the same question, same example to Barmindiam, where I come from. And I have this friend of mine called Bongomin. So the teacher says, mental work. You answer, you walk out for lunch. If plane A leaves Pretoria at 11:30 and plane B leaves Johannesburg at 11:30, what time does plane A meet plane B in Natal? Mental work. You give me your answer, you walk out for lunch. The first guy went, showed the teacher went. Third guy left, went. Fourth left. But Bongomin remained seated. So the teacher got concerned. Went to Bongomin and said, why are you not bringing your answer? Show me your work. To look on the work of Bongomin, he had drawn 2 bicycles facing each other. And in between, there was a small house. The teacher was perturbed. But as you know, math teachers, whether they are perturbed or not, the first thing they will give you is a slap. Gave Bongomin a hot slap. Pua! Why have you drawn a bicycle? He said, sir, in Barmindiang. It's what I know. This is the first bicycle, this is the second. The house in the middle is the trading center. That is where they will meet. They can never go beyond this point. They gave him another slap. Pua! I was supposed to be an engineer my entire life. I grew up, I would dream engineering, wake up in the morning, engineering, everything, life, engineering every day. But I didn't know there is a subject called mathematics. One time, before an exam, I would read everything in math. Graphs, arithmetics, whatever, blah, 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 Bible, constitution, you think you're covered, you have the teacher. Therefore, exams, question 1, can make you quit. If x plus y divided by 3 equals to 4y, calculate the value of x without using a ruler, a mathematical set, a calculator, or even a pen. And drop a perpendicular using the square root of 41 as the LCM, in bracket, 30 marks. At that point, your brain starts telling you, this question is for senior 6, it's not for senior 2. Just go to the next question. Then you go to question 2. Bah! Using the answer you got from question 1. At that point, you start seeing yourself in the army. Doing mchaka mchaka. Before I leave, I want us to give a round of applause to all the men in the building. Men are never appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. Men are never appreciated. Ladies are appreciated more than men are. A lady can come to your home, wear your boxer, and walk out of the house, and she'll get very beautiful compliments. Hello, baby, I like your dress. I love that boxer. It looks nice on you. Where did you buy it, Bobo? It's nice. That's a lady. A man. Wear that same boxer, which is yours, and stand on the veranda. Don't go beyond. Just stand on the veranda. The first call is going to go straight to your village. Okello has started running mad. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Okello Okello.